Alright, so this is something a little different. As this year was coming to an end, I realized that I watched a lot of TV this year, and there was some pretty good stuff. So I thought I'd give you my top 5 TV seasons I watched this year, my favorite 5. Because I feel like at this point, TV series have gotten to the point of being just as enjoyable as movies, just as valid of a form of entertainment. Now, of course, obviously I haven't watched every TV show that's aired this year. This is obviously going to be a list of ones I've watched and made videos on. So I apologize to you, but The Boys will not be on this list, since I don't watch it. But of all the seasons that I have watched and made videos on this year, these are my top 5. Starting at number 5, we got Moon Knight. I know this one was kind of divisive. Actually, I think most of the titles on this list were divisive. But from my perspective, Moon Knight was completely enjoyable. And it's the best series that Marvel did this year. Oscar Isaac did a great job. The action was really cool, but the show was not about the action. It was a character study, a study into someone with dissociative identity disorder. Stephen Grant and Mark Spector, they're struggling with who they are. It had some really interesting Egyptian mythology. I don't know, I just found the show really interesting. And I'm looking forward to seeing if they're ever going to do any continuation of it. We haven't really heard anything yet, but fingers crossed. For number 4, I got Wednesday. This is the last show I watched and reviewed this year. Alright, when I heard that Tim Burton was going to take on the Addams Family, I was like, match made in heaven. This one was also kind of divisive, but I think we can all agree that Jenna Ortega was masterful in this show. She was just great as Wednesday Addams. I love her delivery. The show had a cool mystery and awesome musical score. Like I said, this is the best Tim Burton has done in years in my opinion. I like the supporting characters. Enid is pretty fun. And I know that they do want to make another season, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Alright, coming in at number 3, this is one that everybody loved, and that is Peacemaker Season 1. You might be surprised that this isn't higher up on the list, but given all the crap that DC has gone through this year, it's good to know that they can still churn out some pretty good content. And let's face it, James Gunn is most of the reason this show was really good. The dude just knows how to write good stuff. He knows how to take characters that nobody knows about or cares about and make them household names. He's done that with Marvel, now he's done that with DC with Peacemaker. This show is the reason that, with everything DC's doing right now, people are going, fire James Gunn! I'm like, no, I believe in him because Peacemaker. I am looking forward to seeing what he does with DC. I will miss Henry Cavill absolutely, but I have faith in James Gunn. If you don't, watch the show because you probably haven't yet. Then you might change your mind. This show was awesome. Great characters, great action. A father character who you just cannot deny is a straight up asshole and you want him to die. A killer soundtrack, a killer title sequence. A second season is already confirmed to be in production, with Gunn set to write and direct all of it, although that might not be the case anymore given his new job. But in any case, I am mega excited for Peacemaker Season 2. Bring it on. Alright, number 2 and number 1, they were tough for me because they're just about even. Because as this one was coming out, I was like, do I like it more than number 1? I just might. Ultimately, I don't, but that doesn't mean I don't still love it. This is the most divisive one on this list, probably. The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Season 1. Right now, a bunch of you are probably like, dude, this guy's full of shit. I'm turning this off. Peace, I'm out. Look, opinions, they are what make the world go round. I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan. By that, I mean I'm a huge fan of the movies. I know the show is not connected to the movies. It's a different continuity. But I love being back in Middle-earth. It felt like Lord of the Rings to me. At least, it felt enough like the movies to me. I think the characters are all badass. Galadriel, awesome. Elendil is one of my favorites. Prince Durin. Arondir. Just from my perspective, I thought the showrunners really did pour all their heart and soul into this. I thought it was really well made. Sure, it did take some time for the show to find its footing in the first few episodes, and that is ultimately why this is number 2 instead of number 1 on my list. But yeah, man, I love the atmosphere and tone of this show. The visual effects, of course, are just breathtaking. Seeing Numenor brought to life, how awesome was that? The Harfoot storyline is probably the one I care about the least, although that might change next season, which is confirmed to be in production, by the way. They announced several new cast members recently. Yeah, I can't wait for season 2. It's gonna be awesome. It might not be next year, it could be the year afterwards, I don't know. But I will be here to make videos on every episode like I did this first season. Cause it's Lord of the Rings. I have to, I don't have a choice. So congratulations Amazon Prime, you get my silver medal. Which leaves the number 1 slot. You probably know what it is. This is another season that everyone loved. I even dressed up as one of the characters for Halloween this year. That is Stranger Things 4. After a divisive third season, this is the one that brought everyone back on track. We're like, yeah, alright, the show is still awesome. Vecna is an awesome villain with great backstory. We got some new fan favorite characters, Eddie Munson, of course, and all the Chrissy Wake Up memes. I don't like this. But come on, that wouldn't have happened if that scene weren't so memorable, cause holy shit. That scene set the tone for how awesome and brutal this season would be. We are solving more of the mystery of the Upside Down. We do get some answers in this season that we've been waiting for since season 1. And man, the way that finale sets up for the upcoming 5th and final season, that's just epic. This is why I was like, yeah, Lord of the Rings has got some competition for my favorite season of the year. Cause this season of Stranger Things, man, it was so well written. It gave the fans what they wanted after that divisive 3rd season. It showed that the Duffer Brothers, they still know what they're doing. And Sean Levy, gotta give him props too. And of course the entire cast, Jamie Campbell, Sadie Sink, David Harbour, Millie Bobby Brown. Everybody, man, that last season is gonna be the biggest thing on Netflix, I can almost assure you. This season of Stranger Things is the best season since the 1st season, I will defend that. And that is why it is my #1 favorite season of TV that I have watched this year. Alright folks, so that is my top 5 seasons of TV that I watched this year. So what's your favorite season of TV that you watched this year? Top 3, 5, 10 if you watched that much? I watched 13 seasons of TV this year, which is why I thought it fair to just do 5 for this list. So whatever you thought of the TV you watched this year, go ahead and leave a comment, cause I wanna know. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Peace!